Alright, it is battle time here against J. Ricky. I'm rocking the agency hoodie, a little OG Albina move right there, agency merch all the way. But the game against J. Ricky, we're going to start it soon. If you guys didn't see the team builder, make sure to check that out in the icon in the top right hand corner. Watch the team that we are bringing this week. I've been struggling capture card issues for the first 2 weeks, so we're praying that it survives through. But let's get right into the battle. Alright. Battle time. This is the team. Kind of interesting. We see Houndstone, which is not really a mon that I considered much in prep. No Rillaboom, which is kind of good. I think the team was like very focused on that speed tier, which is pretty fun, and I think that was necessary. Heatran is here as well. I think this is about. I'm not necessarily surprised about the Tyranitar. The Tyranitar makes sense, though. That can get really U-turned on into Iron Hands, and that puts a lot of pressure on my opponent's team. The lead here is kind of always going to be the Uxie, though. I think that is what. I'm going to make sure I'm recording. I don't. With so many issues with that, dealing with that, but Uxie was kind of always our lead, and we're going to lead with it here. We need to prevent Clodsire from being an early presence. One thing that's going to be really difficult here with the Iron Valiant is I'm guessing this is Choice Scarf T-Tar is probably my guess, or Choice Scarf Hydreigon to answer the Dragapult. It's got to be likely what it is. Probably not Choice Scarf T-Tar. Doesn't make a lot of sense. It's like pretty easy to counteract. Helsinki, this is the Hydreigon. Okay. So I think pretty clearly this is going to be Terra Poison, and if I don't think it makes sense to debate the lead with this just yet when we have such an obvious switch in here early on. This will give us good information though, because I could immediately click the Dazzling Gleam button, but if he Dark Pulses, I Dazzling Gleam into Terra Poison, then I've just wasted a whole turn. And I don't want to click Size Shock into this and get to a 50-50 predict there early when I have such a good switch in. It just doesn't make a lot of sense to make that play right now. Once we do see the Terra come off, then we can start to actually make that move. But yeah, let's see. Houndstone is going to be a what the fuck even is a Houndstone, man? Oh, Houndstone, okay, so it's likely that Houndstone's going to be the answer to this Iron Hands. Pretty decent defensive option. Nasty Plot in the face, okay. That's an interesting move, because I didn't exactly expect... so I think it's pretty obviously going to be Terra Poison here. So we know now that Dragapult outspeeds this. Interesting. I don't want to think about how I want to do this. I think I just want to Ice Punch this as the safest move. If they elect to drop a Draco here. We are, very, very specially bulky. This puts a freeze in range. This, they could be scared about this still. I'm an interesting bring off rip. I guess they can kind of take advantage. I don't think... I'm kind of waffling a little bit right now on this. Yeah, the Terra has to come out. That kind of makes no sense for it not to be Terra at this point. I think this is Poison. Yes, this is definitely Poison. Okay. It's kind of interesting that he didn't Terra immediately. Yeah, we do take a lot of damage here, but we do get the Ice Punch off. Hopefully we get a freeze, but it's going to be leftovers. Alright, Nasty Plot lead. Man, I'm trying to think through if that I could have just gone for the Culver lead here off the start. I'm kind of in a bad spot now by not doing that. He can Nasty Plot again here in my face, which would be pretty painful. So it's Nasty Plot, Dragon Pulse, probably Dark Pulse Roost is what I'd have to guess here. I'm just gonna Ice Punch again and try to debate him. Yeah, he's just gonna kill me. Okay. Oh my god, that doesn't even kill. Wow. Some hella rolls here. Can I get a freeze? Get Mickey'd. Oh, that's so tough for for J. Ricky there. I think that was some convenient rolls on my part. So I think I could switch here into Uxie again and start in Psyshock here. What is the calc on this, on Uxie? So I Dragon Pulse. I can actually live the Dragon Pulse into the next attack, so I think I'm actually going to swap into this now. This is a little bit risky. I kind of have to bank on the fact that this freeze, it stays frozen a little bit. But the Colbur Berry will protect me. It does thaw out immediately. But I do take that actually a lot better than my calc is expected for it to take it. So definitely with the Colbur Berry here, I should certainly be fine just to Psyshock and live this Dark Pulse, hopefully get a lot of damage, and then I have to just bring in Dragapult and Surf just to kill this, or Shadow Ball. Yeah, I think that's one I'm going to have to think about a little bit post-game, is I'm kind of surprised that they didn't Terra immediately if their play was Nasty Plot. It's kind of interesting, because I could have easily been Colbur Dazzling Gleam, and that was kind of my reason to not do it, is I felt like if you're Terra Poison, you kind of do that first turn, which is a little bit of 50-50 why I didn't want to stay in, but Snarl, okay, well, we are Colbur Berry, so special attack is going to fall, but this should hopefully put it, well into range of Dragapult here. Oh, this is such a frustrating situation that I got myself into here. Maybe I could have led with Dragapult or something, but now I'm in a position where Clodsire really doesn't. I kind of feel like I have to sack Iron Hands here now. I gotta mitigate the damage in this spot. Low kicks and Dragapult still do a lot here. So I can still drop a Draco on this thing, and it's still. I might even die to Draco now, because it's probably bulky. Man, this is such a problem that I've gotten myself into. I'm just gonna sack this off, I think. I kind of need to preserve this for Clodsire. I can't imagine that they set up again. Yeah. Oh, okay. Alright. I think Draco likely comes in here and kills now. I can U-turn off and sack the fucking Uxie in that case. I think I have to. Probably goes Tyranitar here. He probably expects that I have a calc that kills this from this range. I'm just going to U-turn, and I have to sack a Pokemon. Just to put this in range. But man, I'm not really feeling good about how this game went already. Okay, he does withdraw. Wow, that's actually really huge. We needed a turn like that to get back into this game. Wow, this might actually be kind of a perfect scenario. Hold on, this might actually kind of work out for us a little bit. I can bring this back in. Alright, I'm a little bit more. Oh, my anxiety's a little high, but I think I survived that situation as best I could. So I can go for the Psyshock to just put massive damage on it. At this point, I kind of have to assume that hazards are not going to be a problem. Tyranitar, I can just go into my Vaporeon and bait some low kicks gameplay out. There's no pursuit in this gen anymore. Is it kind of obvious that T-Tar's coming in? I kind of do want to get hazards up probably. I don't really have something to pressure necessarily the Tyranitar. I'm gonna U-turn again. Yeah, okay, they do withdraw. Okay. I kind of do have to start getting some of these plays right. He goes into Gwitty. It's probably the Houndstone. Okay, interesting. That did a lot of damage. No, it didn't. So it's pretty obvious that my Dragapult is not going to be a decent answer to this. So I'm just going to bring out. What does this thing even do? It could be like CB Shadow Sneak or something ridiculous like that. I'm just gonna bring out the Vaporeon. This does have leftovers as well. So I'm guessing probably a Will-O-Wisp or something like that comes out here. So I'm kind of just content to just I can kind of Ice Beam to protect against the Clodsire, but I'm kind of content to just surf this for damage. I want to put it in range of Shadow Ball primarily. They can go into Clodsire. Once again, Clodsire is setting up hazards. At this point, it's kind of an irrelevant situation to the game, and I get to learn the ability. Ivy. Oh, okay. Aggressive switch into Iron Valiant. I'll take some damage on that. That damage is pretty crucial. We are especially defensive, which means we probably don't want to... This is a very, very bulky Iron Valiant. This has to be spit up Iron Valiant to a certain degree, so I guess they predicted the Dragapult to be special, which is good on their part. Which means they're probably not doing much to me, and I kind of can go into... I can just kind of surf again. I'm just going to surf and just see what they want to do. I want to protect against a substitute. Spirit Break, okay. It's going to do a decent amount of damage, but we do take that, and my special attack does fall, which is kind of funny. I do have the Volcarona, which is obviously an immediate answer to this, and I am going to go into that right now. That's kind of something that immediately escaped my mind, but I'm going to take that time to do that. But now I got the damage on this, which is kind of crucial in terms of the game plan for... What is it called? In terms of the Dragapult endgame, which I kind of have to play to at this point. Leaf Blade, okay. They kind of made a prediction there, but, you know, the Leaf Blade and Spirit Break, I guess we gotta make some aggressive plays. Spirit Break plus Leaf Blade. So what's the switch in here? Probably something like the Tyranitar. I can't imagine that they stay in here. It'd just kind of be illogical for them to do so, so I'm just going to elect to U-turn on out of here. Yeah, they're just going to switch into the Heatran. Yep, the Heatran was to be expected here. It does have Air Balloon, so that Air Balloon does get popped, which is pretty good for me. Now I can go right back into my Vaporeon here. We're starting to pick up some damage, so Iron Valiant now in range of First Impression, which is good. My Dragon, now that it's not set up, you know, it's still a problem, but we have to be mindful of that. I could Wish, I could Baton Pass. It could be... So if I surf and get damage on this, what happens? Then it's in range of Axe Kick, which is going to be pretty important. Axe Kick is going to also be able to do some decent stuff. But he has a Houndstooth to protect against that. I kind of just want to surf and see what happens. Pick up some more damage here. They could go into Clodsire though, which would be... So if I go into Clodsire, I can Ice Beam that and then put pressure on that slot. I'm just going to Baton Pass out and see what they want to do. Yeah, they're just going to withdraw into Ivy, back into this. It's interesting that this is their main thing. I wonder if this is probably like Assault Vested or something. So what's my plan? I could go into Low Kicks and then just like U-turn off of this thing. At this point, it's kind of a threat. Low Kicks is a little bit low-key of a threat against their team. First Impression obviously is doing a lot of damage. I guess Iron Valiant does outspeed this Low Kicks. I guess I can outspeed some low speed sets. There's a possibility. I come into the Dragapult here. I'm going to Dragapult actually. Shadow Ball should be able to scare this like an Assault Vest. Yeah, this might actually, so this is not really going to kill, but I do get to scout for Shadow Sneak here by doing this and going right back into the Volcarona. I kind of want to scout that move. I kind of want to see what their situation is for this. Probably something like the Tyranitar actually. He's going to withdraw into the Happy. This is the Clodsire. I could elect to just... So, okay, so we don't know any moves on this yet. I could just Psychic, get some damage off on this in any of the forms. I am pretty defensive, so if it elects to be Earthquake, let me go into Clodsire Calc. Dude, this thing does... What the hell? Dude, Clodsire does nothing with Earthquake here. I'm kind of free to just Psychic this, honestly. They're just gonna start spike stacking. Unfortunately for you, friend, you're gonna meet the big baller boots pretty quickly. They could elect to switch out here after getting up the layer of spikes by going into T-Tar. So I think I'm gonna They might just want to get all of their spikes up here, but I do want to protect against that T-Tar. Yeah, if they switch out, then that's fine. If they don't switch out, I just go into Uxie, and I'm pretty content with that. So I could see something like T-Tar coming in. Alright, I think we've like a little bit... Alright, so they're going to elect to stay in. That's perfectly fine. Once again, I don't care about any of these... None of these hazards are mattering at any point this game. So, by all means, they are free to set up as many hazards as they want. You're just led to Earthquake. Interesting. Okay. So Earthquake's not really going to do much here. I could set up my own Stealth Rocks. Stealth Rocks does put Hydreigon on range then of the Draco Meteor, which could be useful. Houndstone was a switch into this last time. Houndstone's kind of a problem. I really don't like this T-Tar in the back. Right now, T-Tar seems to be kind of like a common issue right now with this matchup. And a U-turn out here. Yeah, they're just going to withdraw. Okay. Into Gwitty. Is this the... Okay, the Houndstone. I'm interested that this is always their answer to this. Okay. I'm kind of confused as to what Houndstone is really going to accomplish this game. Like, I can come into... Like, Volcarona does, like, a decent job of, like, pressuring this thing. And they could, like, see it as, like, an opportunity where I try to set up on them. I could get a Wish going here with the... I kind of want to get a Wish going off here, honestly. I'm going to see my heavy-duty boots. I'm just going to Wish up here. Nothing that this thing can do is really going to threaten me in any sense, I don't think. Not that I'm concerned of too broadly. Like, it could be offensive. Last Respects it doesn't obviously allow it to have. It could play rough me, actually. It could be like, what is this, Choice Band Play Rough? A Body Press? It didn't do a lot. I could go into Dragapult, but I mean, Play Rough is too obvious. Oh my god, I didn't even look at how much damage that did. I kind of do want to just go into the Volcarona and try to fish a burn on this thing. Especially with the fact that I do have some opportunities to get damage later on this thing. There's a Roar. Interesting. Thought it was not sure about that. What do I get into? Alright, we'll take that. Yo, you know what? Not the plan, but not what we were going for, but I mean, what are we gonna do? Not take that? Works for me. I'm gonna Wish again. And now that we've had that pretty advantageous position. Okay, so that was about 346. So it's doing about 140. So okay, I think they probably expected me to protect or something. I'm just gonna Surf now. This could be Adamant Choice Band is the only play rough that kills me, I think, at this point. So I'm kind of content to just kind of Surf in front of this thing. He withdraws the Gwitty. Trying to protect against something? Happy. Into Clodsire, okay. So this is probably Water Absorb? Yep. I'm kind of okay with where this is with this thing. I kind of can just Wish and... So he's EQ, Spikes, and kind of Wish again. Once again, I don't actually care about the hazards in this matchup. Kind of just Wish and get back into Uxie here. We do have to be mindful that there is an actual timer in this game, so I do have to actually win at some point here. Once again, that's a nothing turn in this situation because of the fact that I have the heavy duty boots on every Pokemon. And then we just Baton Pass, see what they want to do here. Now this is going to be a very, very long game. That's, and I mean, they probably... Ooh, they withdraw. Interesting. to Firestorm. Okay. I kind of want to get Stealth Rocks up here now. Alright, so I can take this opportunity to get up my rocks. And then that'll start to put enough pressure. Okay, so I mean, once again, I have heavy duty moves on everything, so I really don't care about any of what's going on here. And that'll get some of the necessary damage we require on Heatran. Well, they use Magma Storm, interesting. Okay, so we did kind of predict the Magma Storm here, actually, to be one of the sets. So now I can go back in here, and now everything's kind of full. We've kind of, I think we've maneuvered around this pretty effectively. I kind of just want Surf, because I can Surf and Baton Pass out depending on the situation, so I'm kind of pretty content with where things are going at this point. He could go into Clodsire once again. I'm just going to Surf this for damage. I need to be mindful of my timer here. I don't know what the timer rule is. If he times out, what happens? Once again, the calcs on this, after some damage and rocks, are pretty beneficial to me for the low kicks. I'm pretty much expecting this now to be Protect. There's no way this isn't for the low kicks now. It would make no sense for it not to be. So I do have to Protect against that, and Tyranitar probably has Protect as well, given how he's built this team. Is pretty close as expected. He's gonna withdraw. Okay, let's see what he goes into. Goes into Clodsire, okay. Now he's gonna start taking rocks damage. This is once again leftovers, so you know, I'm just gonna keep Baton Passing. I don't have any reason to. Once again, if they're just gonna set up hazards, then I'm okay with that. I can come right back into my Uxie. So Magma Storm, Rocks EQ. Let me see the Heatran set. Ooh, they're gonna start doubling. Interesting. Interesting. Dragapult. Okay, let's go into Iron Valiant. Okay, let's make a blank set here with like Assault Vest. 252. It's getting close to the range of this Dragapult. It's not on the range of Surf is the problem. If I go into Heatran, what happens there? Shadow Ball plus Surf is not kind of getting it done either. And I kind of get tempted just to bring this in U-turn. Once again, I kind of want to continuously scout that Shadow Sneak here as much as possible and try to bait them into using it. I think this would be a turn if any, because they're actually starting to become in range of specs here. And if they you know, this will be kind of an interesting turn that they kind of have to use it if they have it. They do bring it back into the Volcarona. I do go for the knockoff, interesting. So I knock off my heavy duty boots, so that's actually really important here now. So this thing is pretty neutralized into what it can do. And so now we know like almost all of the moves. Thing is, this thing was pretty much there to answer the this, so I'm kind of okay with how this worked out. They can go into something like Clodsire here. I'm expecting Heatran, to be honest. I'm just gonna Psychic, Protect, try to kill this, and then try to get the Heatran. Really? This? This was the plan? Okay. I'll take it. Give me that. I don't quite get the knockout on it, unfortunately, but this thing now can't set up in my face, and I might be bulky enough to live a hit here, actually. I hit pretty fast, so I kind of am incentivized to just attack this, because this is bulky to a certain degree. I'm just going to Psychic again, prevent this thing from setting up. Wow, it does outspeed. Okay, that's actually pretty interesting. That's not kind of how I expected that sequence to go. I will take that, though. I will take that. That is one of the primary threats here in the late game out of the way that I was kind of concerned with. And now the game is starting to open up for us a bit. That T-Tar's still a problem, though. Like, that is going to be frustrating to manage. I'm curious as to what they thought was what their play was there. Okay, into the Heatran. That's perfectly fine. They're starting to take Rock Statements. Once again, they're getting into range here. We're starting to And I'm just going to U-turn on this just to gauge speed. They're starting to get a range of like Leech Life plus Axe Kick here, which will be important. We go right into the Vaporeon here. Wow, I'm actually feeling so much better about this scenario now than I was like 5 minutes ago. I'm guessing this has Toxic. It's probably the most likely thing. I'm kind of content to Surf here and then BP out. I could BP here and go into the Uxie because I think it's likely going to want to do that. I'm going to do that, yeah. I think that's likely to play here. Yep. Okay, perfect. We're starting to get all the plays right here, which is really important. They go right into this every time. I don't understand. I'm not like confident. I don't get why, but like Surf is starting to get pretty risky here. Like I could have easily clicked Surf in that spot. I kind of think it's time for low kicks gaming. I think we're kind of gaming with low kicks here. First impression. Yeah, it's low kicks time. Let's go. Let's get it. Probably going to be so cheesed to see that says boots as well. But it is time to click the button, I think. Probably goes right into Heatran here, probably, honestly. Like I don't see why they wouldn't. Yeah, they kind of see what's happening here. Probably go into Houndstomp or Heatran. Or into Gwitty. Yeah, this is the thing here. This thing is like gotta be like infinitely slow, right? Yeah, this thing's like dog slow. This thing's trash. Well, I'm gonna U-turn off of this then. If it has something like Shadow Sneak, it's not gonna deal anything that matters at this point in the game. I get to keep the knowledge of the momentum up here, which is crucial. Yep, they're gonna elect to stay in. That does a decent amount of damage. But I get to come right back into the Vaporeon here every time. And now this is starting to get in range here of the, what's it called? It's probably going to play rough, actually. Roar? Really? Okay. I'm not sure how I feel about the Roar play. Uxie, okay. What do I want to do here? I'm kind of curious what they think of this spot. Because I think they're just trying to Roar and Hazard damage me, like, infinitely here. Yeah, I'm just gonna U-turn again. Like, I don't know. Shadow Sneak, okay, so this does have Sneak. That did, like, nothing. Okay, I'm kinda content with that. I'm gonna come right back into this. And just start pressuring Surf still. I mean, there's nothing really that they can do about this. You just wish Baton Pass and continue the same cycle. I think I want to Surf in this spot just to protect against the Iron Valiant, I guess? I don't know. If they go into Clodsire, I don't really care. If I get damage on this, then that's good. That did it. Oh, I got a crit. Okay, that makes a lot of sense. And they roar out. Okay, that's actually good that they roared there. Makes a lot of sense. Would really like to go into Dragapult here. That's kind of unfortunate. What I could do here, because I kind of want to have the opportunity to take a Shadow Sneak at some point, I can go into Volcarona and just like try to fish a burn on that. Yeah, I think that's what I'm going to do, because if I want to bring in the Vaporeon, I want to hard that in. And I think that they're probably just going to Shadow Sneak this. We're going to lose this Pokemon, probably to Hazards. Yeah, we are going to lose it to Hazards here, actually. But I do get to bring in the Vaporeon for free. They withdraw? Really? I don't understand that play that much. I can bring out this again. So it's going to be low kicks time, I guess. Rocks was set up by Heatran. So I can first impression. I think that's just what I want to do here, is just click first impression. See if I can pick this Pokemon up here. Heatran hasn't revealed Protect. So I could Axe Kick as well if that comes in. And so like T-Tar comes in, I'm just going to U-turn off of that. They're going to withdraw here. Into the Heatran. Okay, perfect. Axe Kick does kill from this range, so I kind of think I want to click it. I do outspeed any max speed set. I could predict the protect, but I can take one of these. Rocks Blue, like what is the risk of protect? I guess Shadow Sneaks then become problematic. Do I have the ability to predict this at this time? I think I do. Yeah, because I can U-turn, and if he protects, and then I can Axe Kick the next turn. Wow, he doesn't have it? Really? That's interesting. I don't know how I feel about that. Probably shouldn't have brought this in, actually. Oh, no, I should have brought Vaporeon in. Really, I don't know how I feel about that. I'm kind of not content with how I played this. Because he could have gone the Houndstone as well. So I can bring this in and Surf, actually. Hold on, let me see. So Surf actually is going to should kill from this range, and I mean I have boots, but if I'm Modest, for example, then they're probably going to think this kills. So they go to Clodsire. I can't break that, honestly, at this point. That's going to become like increasingly difficult to actually break. I could just Surf here. I kind of need to kill something at some point. Iron Valiant has been the switch in every time. I'm just going to Surf. Yeah, that's starting to look pretty bad for me here. I could have Shadow Balled there. Shadow Ball was probably the better play. I'm not really thinking through these moves as well as I could. I'm just going to U-turn off of this just to see what they want to do. I can pretty easily come into Vaporeon here and just start Ice Beaming. Man, that low kick's turn, I could have claimed the Heatran. It's gonna Earthquake, okay. I do take that. I'm gonna Ice Beam, see if I can get some good damage off on this thing. Can I get a freeze? No. Alright. I think this is pretty assuredly a loss at this point. I don't think there's much that I can do to win this scenario. I'm gonna elect a Shadow Ball here. This is I'm not sure how I feel about this matchup. Yeah, if I Shadow Ball there, I think I might be in a better spot here to just Shadow Ball and then Draco, but we could switch out here. They are switching out, interesting. They must be really just defensive here. Okay, this is actually pretty good for me. I am going to pick this up. Alright, well, Dragon Ball gets another one. The fact that that doesn't kill is just so obscene. Okay, what is... Shadow Ball? I guess I just Shadow Ball again. There's nothing really that I lose from doing that. Okay. Let's see what my opponent elects to do here. If they go into something like Iron Valiant, they probably try to double Shadow Sneak this. What is their T-Tar? That's my big question, is what is Tyranitar? Man, if I Axe Kick, I wonder how this game goes. I'm already like in the... Okay, so it is Tyranitar. Takes rocks. Sets up sand. Probably goes for a dark move here. Gonna have to U-turn. If he goes for Stone Edge, that's a good play on his part. That probably would be the play that I would elect to go for here, just to protect against this. Crunch, okay. I mean, I do have a lot of bulk, so I do take that. When defense falls, I do have to Axe Kick at this point. I don't really have another option. If he goes into Houndstone, then that's tough. There's not much I can do. He goes into this? Really? Okay. Probably scouting this. There's no way I missed this. Come on, man. That's so obscene. Oh my god, that's actually so troll. Because now this thing just dies. To the Shadow Sneak. Well, I guess I'm gonna Leech Life and try to get some health back. That's so silly. Oh, what a game. I guess I still am not like out of this, but just Leech Life here and live through the sand, but it probably has Shadow Sneak. Yeah. Oh my god, the fact that it missed, I think, puts... the fact that it, yeah, maybe I should have not axe kicked. I could have leech life, but... yeah, getting any damage on that would have been nice, because now I have to take multiple hits here. I'm just gonna surf, I guess, in case they, for some reason, decide to switch out. Yeah. I do not, take a lot. Oh, Dragon Bolt gets another one. Ah, low kicks could have gone and killed that game. It's so sad. So unfortunate that that happens, but it is what it is, and yeah, this comes out. Yeah, because I could have... I guess I could have potentially... I mean, I'm not living a crunch from this thing, so I guess it doesn't matter at the end of the day. I guess I still outspeed Jolly Scarf, so I guess I am dropping a Draco on this and at least claiming a kill. Oh, that's Tyrantrum. Oh my god. Yeah, not Tyranitar. Yeah, I guess Draco is technically doing more, so I guess I might as well try to get a kill this game. Amazing. Not even a chance at picking up another kill with Dragapult, unfortunately, but that is the game. A lot to look forward, a lot to review on that game after the fact. I'm going to do a little bit of a post-match analysis after we'll talk through the game a little bit and how I played that. And that is week 2 in the books for the BBR. Unfortunate to take a loss like that. Think we could have played maybe a little bit better in that game, and at the end the hacks might have mattered, but I think Jay Ricky, he should have been able to make plays to get that win. So I think a little bit of an unfortunate game from my perspective play-wise, but next week we have Emil and the Montreal SQs. I don't know what his record is right now, but that is going to be a pivotal point in the season to make sure we get a win in that game and progress on through the season. If you enjoyed the battle, make sure to leave a like on the video if you haven't already. Subscribe if you're new, and I'll see you next time.